Hello everyone, in this video let me tell you one of my game that I played 2 days ago on liches, and this is Sicilian defense dragon variation. So let's go. E4 c5 at first Sicilian defense, and after knight f3 d6 knight c3 knight f6, and when white played g4, after c takes g4 and knight takes d4, I played g6, and this is Sicilian defense. This is my favorite opening for black. Also, of course, I can play, for example, a6. This is neither, but I like dragon so much, and so I play exactly g6. And also white main idea. This is castle queen side. For example, bishop e3, knight c6, or maybe bishop g7. This is not important. And after f3, bishop g7, queen d2, castle. White, of course, wants to go to queen side, castle queen side, and after g5 we can see a main theoretical position in dragon variation and many games. So we can see more than 100,000 games on liches and masters database too. We can see plenty of games, and of course you must know all of these variations if you go to Sicilian dragon. But in my game white simply goes to king side. So at first he can play bishop e2, and after bishop g7, bishop e2, and my castle, he also castle king side. But of course I simply goes knight to c6, knight c6, b takes c6, and e3. And in this position I have many interesting moves, and I think that a5 is next, a4, and maybe even a3. This is also interesting idea. He played queen e1, a4, and of course I want to go to a3, and white don't want to see this move for me, and play a3. Next one, I want to exchange my bishop, so bishop a6, rook d1, take on e2, queen take on e2, queen b8, attacking this pawn on b2. He protects this pawn, rook b1, and the next one is knight d7. Very standard move in Sicilian dragon for black. So next one, knight wants to go to e5, to c5, or maybe b6 too. He played queen c4, and I played queen b7, protects this pawn. And next one, this is blunder for white. He can play simply rook f d1, and this is equal position, maybe slightly better for black, but he played knight a4, and in this position I must find this move, knight e5, attacking this queen. And of course if queen goes back, for example queen e2, I simply takes this knight. And also he can play queen b3, and also this position is winning for black. You can see -3, but I must find queen a6 move, attacking this knight. And after knight c3, for example rook b8, queen must go to a2, and maybe knight c4, attacking this knight. In some variations I want to go to b2, and this is very good position for black. But I cannot find this idea, and after knight a4 I played g5. So d5 attacking this queen, and after e takes d5, c takes d5, he also must play queen b3, and he can he now has one extra pawn, but I have more powerful position, and this is equal position because my initiative compensate this extra pawn, but I play cd and he play knight c5, and this is also blunder for white, because after knight c6 this is very good pin for black, and white can now protect this knight on c5, and after some of random move, for example knight queen b4 and rook f to b8, he must play it, for example queen t2, or maybe queen h4, queen f4. This is not so important, and I simply win this knight, and we can see that this is completely winning position for black. So -7. So I hope that you enjoy this game for me, and I hope that you enjoy Sicilian Dragon variation, and this is very interesting opening for black if you want to play for win, if you have black pieces. So I hope that you enjoy my review. Goodbye and see you next time.